Hello everyone, welcome to the Comic Gamer Movie Show. My name's Deshaun, and today I am here to give you my thoughts on Spider-Man coming back to the MCU. Now this is fantastic news. It's a bit of a mixed bag of a news, but it's pretty, I'm gonna stick with fantastic. Okay, I'm gonna stick with the fantastic part of it, which is that Sony caved. Now, there are some people, like John Campia and others, who are misinterpreting what just happened. Disney, first of all, like I said in my previous video about this topic when this first went down, I personally believe that Sony leaked that 50% thing to the news, to out there. Because if you really think about it, the reason why I think Disney won this is because Disney never said a word about this. If Disney was in the wrong, they would have had their PR guys out there. They would have had their guys out there doing the fillers. You can tell when a company has done something wrong or when someone's trying to cover their own ass when they have people constantly out there going filler. Sony had been constantly talking about this thing. Sony was the one who, the day of, put out this word talking about how Kevin Feige is too busy. Sony was the one who most likely, in my opinion, leaked the 50% thing, which to me was also countered by multiple sources saying that Disney probably asked for 30%. Actually, probably asked for 30%. With 30%, which tells me that Sony leaked 50% to make Disney look bad. And it worked to a certain degree, and it worked to not certain degree. It worked to a certain degree because there are multiple YouTube sources, Andy Signor and sources of that nature, villainizing Disney. I mean, it doesn't take much to really villainize Disney. Disney's big and bad. They come out with these big blockbuster movies. They're hurting the film genre. They bought Fox, even though Fox is up for sale in the first place. Everyone keeps acting like fucking Fox. Everyone keeps acting like Disney just like... The way people talk about the Fox-Disney deal is if Disney just ran up to the Fox freaking... Is as if Disney did some shady shit and just bought Fox. It's like, no. Fox sold themselves to Disney. They sold their shit to them. Just like the Star Wars George Lucas thing that I might make a video about, which people are having a big deal about. But I'm like, dude, he sold his properties to Disney. They didn't have to make his shit. They didn't do anything shady. They didn't do anything backstabby. It's just business. And in the world of business, that's how it works. But when it comes to this Spider-Man being back in the MCU deal, let's just get it out the way. The deal is that the third Spider-Man movie will be in the MCU. It will be done in the MCU. It will be done by Kevin Feige and whatnot. It will be... Same, everyone's going to be back on deck. We're going to have it. Everything's a go. So regardless of whatever happens after this, we will have a completion to this Spider-Man trilogy. We will have a completion to the story that was set up in Far From Home, which makes me happy. Because that was my big beef with this whole thing breaking down in the first place, was the idea that, you got to set this up in Far From Home. I want to see it carried through at least. At the very least, I want to see this done. Because I thought that Disney at the very least had one more movie. And I was like, at the very least, I want to see this story wrapped up. I want to see this done. By the end of whatever the new Spider-Man 3 movie is going to be, he will fully be Spider-Man. He will completely be the Spider-Man that we all know and love. And it'll be okay. And if you guys want to split after that, I'm still disappointed. I don't trust Sony at all. They announced a Madam Web movie, which makes no fucking sense whatsoever. But anyways, I'm like, you know what? All right. At the very least, I have this. But then things got a bit complicated. At least for me, they got a bit complicated. Because they say that they have another movie coming out. He's going to be in a team-up movie. He's going to be in another movie. Which to me makes things a tad bit more complicated. Because I'm just like, well, you can't just fucking have him be in another movie and then just have him disappear after that. And then Kevin Feige came out with his comments talking about the deal also, and he said that, something to the effect of Spider-Man, that they're happy to have Spider-Man back, and that Spider-Man has the unique ability to jump between universes. To me, that was a turnoff. Everything before that, I was like, okay, all right, we're going to work with that. I wanted it to be more permanent, settled, permanent thing, but we're going to work with that. As soon as he said that, it was a turnoff. It's not a mystery that I fucking hate Venom. I absolutely hate Venom. I think Venom sent comic book movies back decades. I really do, because Venom is such a bad movie. It's not a good movie, people. It really isn't. Like, the Rotten Tomato score is real. Like, sometimes people, like, it's kind of fun nowadays, and it's kind of, like, in to talk shit about Rotten Tomatoes, and they don't know what they're talking about. But for the most part, it's right, dude. For the most part, it is right. Even movies that I like, when I see a Rotten Tomato score that's low on it, I can go, most of the time, I understand where they're coming from. Like, the low RT score on, damn it, what the fuck's, what's that movie with, I'm trying to remember, those two Irish assassins. Seth's gonna kill me for not remembering this movie. He's gonna kill me for not remembering this movie, because he loves this movie. But I can't remember the name of the movie. But the movie is a fun movie, and it's got like a really low Rotten Tomato score. And I understand, because it's not a it's a fun movie, but it's not an actual good movie. And that's Venom. Venom is not a good movie. I didn't have fun, but I could see how others had fun. It's not a good movie. And if that's the indication of where they're going, if they did that with Venom, who is already one of the more popular Spider-Man Marvel characters and Spider-Man characters, period, what the fuck are they going to do with Morbius? Like, the thing is, Sony doesn't have a universe. So, I just don't know what's going on there. I honestly, I don't know what's going on there. And the thing is, the MCU doesn't need Spider-Man to survive. That Sony needs them. So, I just really don't want Kevin Feige mixing in with that crap. Really. I don't want that Venom shit getting into the MCU. I don't want any of that to be involved in the MCU. I hate that shit. I don't want Morbius anywhere near it. They're fucking announcing crazy fucking Silver Sable, Black Cat movies. I'm waiting for that Aunt May movie that they wanted to make a long time ago to come out. Like, it's ridiculous over there. But at the very least, I know I'm gonna get this third Spider-Man movie. It comes out in 2021, so it comes out about a year and some change from now. July 2021. So that's like a good chunk from now. That's good 2 years, I think. Like 2 years from now. I think it's a little less than 2 years. I'm terrible with math. Do not, take what I say but to heart. But I believe it's at least 2 years or a little less than 2 years from now. So that's plenty of time to get this shit into production and get this shit done. But like I said, I just don't like that part of it. But the big thing I need to talk about is there's new rumors. Like, there's new rumors coming out that they may be writing Spider-Man out. Both the rumors make me both equally nervous. Because they're pretty much the opposite spectrum. Either A, they are writing him out, or B, they are writing the rest of the Sony universe in. And that's basically what the rumors are. That's essentially what the rumors are, is that either they're writing all the Sony shit that they're doing on their side into the MCU, or they're writing Spider-Man out of the MCU. And with the whole Kevin Feige and Star Wars thing that I might make a video about later, I can kind of see them writing Spider-Man out, because Kevin has a lot on his plate right now, and to really be dealing with another fucking studio's universe, I put that in quotations because they only have one fucking movie, which is polarizing. It's not like they have an Iron Man. Hell, they don't even have a Wonder Woman. They got that movie. Spider-Verse is animated. So, it's not like if they did Spider-Verse and they were building that universe and that's what they were doing, I'm like, okay, shit, that's a hell of a movie to start with. One of the greatest comic movies of all time, but that's not what they're doing. They're doing that with fucking Venom. That's the basis of your universe. It didn't work out for Man of Steel. I'm just put it to you like that. When you build your universe on unstable ground, it always tumbles. So, that's why I don't want Marvel to get anywhere close to this. Because if this shit goes south, they're going to get the heat for it. Disney's going to get the heat for it. Disney gets the heat for everything else. Got Nick Mundy on fucking Twitter every 5 seconds calling Disney the evil empire. It's like, man, dude, am I evil because I play the game better than you? That's like calling some poker player evil. It's like, you're the evil person because you win all the time. It's not my fault I'm better at playing this game than you. We all got the same cards. We all can make the same moves. Anyone could have bought Marvel. Anyone could have bought fucking Star Wars. No, they came to us. I don't want to get into it though, but I'm excited that Spider-Man is at least going to be able to cap off his trilogy in the MCU properly. Not this bullshit that Sony's going to do. I'm excited that I know I'm going to at least see him 2 times in the MCU. But I am also a bit weary about the prospect that Sony may yank him back anytime they want. That Sony may that the worst case scenario, that it seems like the best case that we can ask for is that Sony's gonna start shoving their shit into the MCU, and we're gonna just have to hope that Kevin Feige can take it and to do something with it. There are reports that Kevin Feige was on set on Venom and gave pointers on the movie. But there's actually reports, and believe this or not, that Kevin Feige also was on set for was also giving tips for the Amazing Spider-Man movies as well. And no one listened to him. So what does that say? What does that tell you right there? So, like, Kevin Feige, the thing is, Kevin Feige is a comic book producer. He's been on set and behind the scenes on things that you don't even know. And like I said, there are reports, multiple reports from big sources, Deadline, Hollywood Reporter, the sheets. Like, there's a lot of reports that he was on set for Venom. He gave pointers on Venom. He was kind of a ghost producer on Venom in a way. I mean, obviously not everything he said was taken completely to heart, but I got the feeling that one of the big reasons that Venom was PG-13. Now I'm starting to kind of think this, that one of the big reasons Venom was PG-13 and set in San Francisco was because Sony secretly, deeply wanted Venom to be a part of the MCU. They wanted to do that. They just wanted to make their own money, but they wanted to secretly make Venom a part of the MCU. They brought Kevin Feige in to consult on that. Now, he wasn't a big producer like he is on all the other Marvel stuff, but I just, I'm starting to get the vibe. Okay, I'm going to just put it out there. I'm starting to get the vibe that Sony and Disney are going to be in this weird partnership. The thing is, there are also rumors out there that Sony's going to get bought in the next 2 to 3 years. And as many of you know, along with the Fox situation, if Sony gets bought, the Spider-Man rights automatically revert back to Marvel/Disney. So there is a chance here that that what Marvel's really doing, what Kevin Feige and Disney are really doing, are biding their time till Sony gets bought and they get everything. Which somebody else suggested, another YouTuber I saw suggested the idea that the reason that Sony's so playing hardball with Disney and they so want to make their own universe and get this, is because they know they're going to get bought and they're trying to make as much money as they possibly can before it happens. I am starting to believe that myself. That's the reason that Sony's trying to that Sony's being so schizophrenic about this Spider-Man thing. They're going to lose it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Sony's gonna get bought. At least the film division, it's gonna get bought. They're gonna lose the rights to Spider-Man. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. So they're gonna try to make as much money as they possibly can till then. Because I just don't see why Disney would even deal with Sony like this on this capacity. Spider-Man's a big character, but the MCU is bigger than Spider-Man. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is bigger than Spider-Man. Iron Man makes the same amount of money in films. Iron Man makes almost the same amount of money in films than Spider-Man does. You know what I mean? Like, they're on par with them now. The MCU itself is bigger than Spider-Man. So the only way it would make sense that Disney/Marvel would want to make this deal, would want to keep working with them as difficult as they are making it, is if they know what's up. They know that Sony's going to be bought in a couple years. They know that by the time any of this shit matters, they're going to have the rights to Spider-Man. And then they won't have to do this weird transaction where they have to figure out how to fit these characters and figure out how to fit certain people in. They'll already have it figured out. You, the audience, won't even notice that they have the rights to Spider-Man back. You won't even notice it, and they're trying to make it a smooth transaction. Now, that's my thoughts on the Spider-Man coming back to the MCU. That's what I think is going on. I'm excited about this, weary about the prospect that Sony might fuck this up somehow, weary of the prospect that Sony might get a little too bold and try to force Disney to put Venom in the MCU, which I really don't fucking want because I really don't like that version of Venom. I love Tom Hardy, but I really don't like that version of Venom. Like, if someone told me that the MCU, the third Spider-Man movie was the MCU and they got Tom Hardy to play Eddie Brock in it, I'd be like, whoa, that's fucking nuts, man. Got Jake Gyllenhaal, Michael Keaton, and then Tom Hardy. That's a hell of a Spider-Man trilogy. I can see that. That just writes itself. But, I just don't know. Hopefully they go with Kraven. I'm hoping they're going with Kraven. But I might make a video talking about what Spider-Man 3 could be now that it's finally announced. It may get pushed back. That's also another thing, too, that no one's talking about. It may get pushed back. There is a potential for it to get pushed back. You know, because all of this hubba, you know, all the stuff that was going on, they weren't, you know, it might have messed things up a bit and they might have to push it back. But if they do have to push it back, it won't be too far back. They just push it back so that you can make sure that it's a good movie. You know. But I don't know. Sony's kind of antsy right now, so we'll see. So thank you for joining me in the Comic Game Movie Show. Please remember to like and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one. What do you think about Spider-Man coming back? Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me? Are you nervous about Sony fucking this up? Do you agree with me that Disney was pretty much being painted like a villains by Sony because they knew they could do it? I mean, how hard is it to say that the rich guy's a prick? I mean, how hard is that? Everyone's gonna believe you. If I walk out of fucking my house and I go, yeah, you see that rich dude down the road? He's a prick. You're gonna believe me. He's rich. You're gonna just believe it because he's rich. So that's my thoughts on it. Thank you guys. Please remember to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.